Hi wine friends and happy Wine Wednesday. If you are new, I'm Allie from A Glass After Work. Thanks for joining. So today I'm going to share with you a 2019 Vicentin Family Wines Blanc de Malbec. Yes, Malbec is a red grape, and normally this would be a red wine, but the Vicentin Family Wines, they have actually been using a white wine process to make this wine. So basically what they do is they pick the grapes, they let them macerate with the skins for about 10 days. So they pick up a little bit of tannin, a little bit of color, but not a lot. And then after the 10 days, they take away the skins and the seeds and all of that, and they do the fermentation process. So this wine was actually given to me by my neighbor before she and her husband moved. Right before the pandemic started, they'd gone to a new restaurant in DC called El Cielo. It's Colombian food, mostly tasting menu type setup, and they had this wine. So she was asking me about Blanc de Malbec, and I had no idea what she was talking about. I had never heard of it before. I had never heard of this wine before. So she went and she found me a bottle and brought it over. So I thought it would be a fun wine to share with you since it's something a little different. So I was finding it online in that $15, $20 range. So definitely affordable, definitely something that could be a glass after work. The question is what I think of it. So why don't we dig on in? First up, screw top. You know I love the screw top. So, and you can see that I've got my Thanksgiving Simply Charmed pumpkin wine charm on my glass. And wow, this wine is so light in color, so clear. It almost looks like water. Wow. Okay. Why don't we give it a sniff? Ooh, that is really pretty. Not what I'm expecting at all. So peaches, I would say some nice flowers, some violets, maybe some jasmine a little bit. And the slightest hint of like strawberries and cream going on the nose. There's definitely not a lot happening, but what is there is really, it's nice and light. All right, why don't we give it a taste? Oh wow, okay, so definitely very light. A little bit of reading about it, I was actually expecting it to have a little more body than it does. I would say peach, strawberry, definitely a lot of those more floral notes. I'm getting lots of the violet and jasmine notes in there. Maybe some hint of vanilla. I mean, the wine spent a little bit of time in oak, so this is one of those wines that's definitely going to go down like water. Kind of looks like water. It's very crisp and refreshing. I do think this is probably a little bit more of a summer wine, because just it would be a fantastic porch sipper, just kind of sitting out, talking, enjoying the weather. It's probably a little light for me in the kind of winter months where I want something that's going to be more like drinking a warm hug. But this is really nice. It's very friendly. I can see where, especially with something that might be a little bit spicier or a little bit heavier, this could help kind of cut through some of that. Interestingly, I think it might make a nice Thanksgiving wine, a good alternative white if you're able to pick it up. I'd probably put it more on the appetizer side of things to help cut through some of the fattiness of the cheese, or if you're having pigs in a blanket or something like that. I think they would go really well with that. But I do think it would go very nicely with turkey and some of those kind of, depending on how you season it, thyme and herb and that sort of thing. It's very lovely. So thank you, Angie, for sharing the wine with me. This was a real treat. It's definitely something new for me. I'd love to know, have you ever had a Blanc de Malbec? Or have you ever had any other normally red wine that is actually done so that it's more like a white wine? Let me know down in the comments below. So next week's wine, in case you want to taste along, is going to be a 2019 Ali by Frescobaldi. It's a Tuscan rosé. Anything that has the name Ali, at least that's how I'm going to pronounce it, is definitely a fun wine for me, considering that is also my name. But so yeah, that's going to be next week. And that is everything I have for today. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate those. If you aren't already a subscriber, you can do that by clicking on the icon right here or on the subscribe button down below. But don't forget, also click on that bell because it will notify you when I upload a new video, which is going to be every Wine Wednesday. And if you are looking for a recommendation, you can find one right there. Thanks for joining and happy Wine Wednesday. Cheers.